Hello YouTubers, this is Drea with Journey Mind, Body, and Spirit, the Hebrew Vegan. So today I got my order. If you guys can see there, live ladybugs doing work. You see all those little holes from these pest bugs on my lettuce. Okay, let's look. It's supposed to have been 1,500. I just got these today, and I literally got them 2 days after I ordered them. If you got any ants and you get these, you need to get rid of the ants because they will kill the ladybugs. So I'm gonna come show you the big time problem I got here. I'm not really sure what these are. I think they're white flies. So that's mainly why I got them. You can see the ladybug in there eating them up. They're eating them up. So this is a Portuguese walking stick, kind of like a collard green cabbage mix. But these white flies have just went crazy on here, and they've spread over to all my other peripherous vegetables, and they just multiply like crazy. So this one, you can see the big difference. Let's see. Sorry, it's really sunny, so it's hard for me to see. See how much that one's trimmed down compared to this one, and that one is actually a lot shorter. So I worked really hard and used neem oil on these, some kind of other organic sprays, and what it did was just basically kill these guys, and they just get stuck on here, and then it end up hurting the leaves. So these things are like literally sucking the life out of this plant. So what I did was, finally, after using the neem oil, watch out baby, I'm doing a video, neem oil and then some other organic soap spray I got that was supposed to work for these flies, and really didn't do much because it seemed like the more I sprayed them, they just multiplied like crazy. So last couple days I took, this was my third plant, I trimmed them back a lot, and I was literally out here with soap and water and sponges and washing the leaves off. And here I got a whole bunch of leaves that I just took off and soaked in the soap water to kind of drown the bugs. But let me show you some of my finished product. So this one's a real tall one. They call it walking stick because it gets really long. So you see how much I had to trim back. There's still a few damaged ones, but like the leaves were just not very good, or I was just going ahead and harvesting them. And so I got, you see there's a little bit of bugs, and I put ladybugs over here. But this was like a thorough wash. And I did one a day, and then I moved them away from the other plants so that they weren't jumping back on there. And so this one I did the day before yesterday. The same way, finally, like a final treatment was with soap and water and the sponge. And if you can see in the cracks, like there's still some bugs in there. And look at that ladybug chomping down. So I could have saved myself a lot of work and just waited. But look at all that damage. So that's either from the sprays or from the bugs just penetrating. And I had to leave some of these leaves on even though it was damaged, because you see like there's barely any leaves left. They were really just tearing this plant up, and it's become so thick trying to defend itself. And look at, it's like they stain it up. When they live on there, they just stain up the leaves. And I don't even know if you could eat them like that. So I'm soaking them real good. Now I understand why people always soak the collard greens. The bugs, some kind of bugs love them. So these ladybugs are in here doing work. I have had a little bit of aphid pressure on some of my lettuce. But as you see, with these collards, most of them I planted, interplanted onions to try to control pest. And I actually can see them freaking living and nesting on the dang onion. So they obviously do not care about eating onions. But I'll show you. See, I had all of my walking sticks right here, and that's where I first started seeing the issues. And then I have some red kale that was like late bloomer, but it's already trying to go to seed. Let's see. You see all those little ladybugs on there? It spread over to here. And this is arugula. Like, who likes arugula? But they're over here too. And they're arugula. And I have some cabbage that I start from seed. And I had to trim these guys back really bad too. Look at that. Like, you can't even let this go to head. You can't eat this if it goes to head like that. So I don't know what I'm going to do. See, this is where the spray just, look, it just gets them wet and they're stuck, and then more just pop up. These things just go crazy. So I've been trying to just do everything organically. But what do you do when you got all these pests? And so I got these little ladybugs out here working, and some people may not agree with that. But hey, I'm giving them plenty of food to eat.
Ladybugs.
Yes, ladybugs. And they didn't waste no time to start eating on these bugs. They came here hungry.
Yeah.
So we got some more cabbage over here. And it's not bad like those other ones. Oh, is that an ant in there? But I've seen, there we go. I don't know if you can see that, but see a couple of those little white bugs. They're starting up over here. And I've been having a lot of snail pressure, or slug and snail pressure during the fall season. And I finally got rid of having caterpillars and everything since I'm getting everything going with my garden. Well, bees are doing work too. We got this kale and broccoli that has went to flower, and they are loving it.
And these bugs eat the plants like they were humans, like snakes. Nom, 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 nom,
that's
nom, nom.
not nice. So look at that. These are, I'm not sure, these I started from seed a long time ago, and they were really root bound, some of these, and some of these came from plant starts, some of the lettuce and broccoli and cauliflower. But I think these are 2 walking sticks and another rainbow cauliflower. And then we got a little miniature bok choy that didn't even really give me anything, just went seed, but that's okay. I kind of planted these a little bit too much sun, but look at all those ladybugs. They decided to come in here because there's a lot of aphids. So over here we got a lot of aphids going on in my lettuce. So I did have a lot of aphids kill my well, I don't know if it was my marigold, but I had basil, and oh, nothing really lived in this bed. Hi, Samaria.
Hi.
So everything besides that over here is doing pretty good. But I have some cilantro that's starting to go to seed, and the aphids are having problems on here too. So I harvest the rest of that was good, and I had to soak it 3 times to drown all the aphids off. I'm not trying to eat any bugs. I'm vegan, bro. Let's see, we'll see if I could find you some over here. Oh, there we go. I don't know if you can see that. Yep, there's a lot of them on there.
Mom, is this just filled with bark or what?
Yeah. Well, no, it's just bark on the mulch on the top. So while we're on the video, we'll go ahead and show that we are doing a back to Eden style gardening.
Yay.
There's a lot of craziness going on, but we still got 2 piles sitting over there that's composting down. So here we got some red cabbage that's going to seed, which is also having problems with those little white bugs.
Yeah, the white bugs are really
I think
annoying.
they are some kind of spider because they look like they're making little webs. Look at that. It is just tearing that poor little plant up. It can't even flower. They're just covering, like they don't make no sense. They're like leeches, literally. I put some ladybugs over here, but I don't see any more. I don't see any, so they might have flew away. Maybe they don't like it over here because it's too hot. So if the ladybugs don't like it on this side and don't work, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might have to come over here and sponge bath all these plants, because that seems to be the only thing that's really working. But and then, oh yeah, I don't, the one that I was showing you a moment ago, that I did a few days ago, that I had washed with the soap, I had come back with a Scotch tape and got a little bit of bugs off of it. So I don't think I'm going to do that again today, because I got the ladybugs now. And we got asparagus that I just got from Home Depot, the bare roots. And that's just ferning out, but hopefully next year we'll get some good stuff out of there. Strawberries.
Well,
we got to bring all our plants out today too that we're acclimating for outside. So we started this wood chipping probably a few months ago, and I do have some spots where where it's breaking down already. I started doing the cardboarding, sheet mulching over here probably about 4 months ago, because it took me a long time to get the wood chips, but I had the cardboard all the way dang near probably to this tree for a while, and then we put some leaves underneath here. But before we got the wood chips, those leaves, they were starting to get slimy from all the rain and everything, so the wood chips kind of helped with that. And then I got my first compost pile that has probably went down to a third of its original size, and I went ahead and planted some potatoes inside my compost. I was inspired to do that because I came out here one day and seen a little sprout coming out the compost pile, and a potato peel started to sprout.
Mom, look at
a few of them.
Look at the plant. It's making a...
Yeah, that one's still on there. Yeah. Look, there we go, some new ones of the kumquats. Yeah. It's starting to make some new ones. We're going to have to move this tree too. It's going to get too much sun right here.
Yeah, it's really hot over here.
But anyways, the peel started making potato plants, but I took that one out, and I'll show you the potato plant. I put it in a pot, and this is just off of some potato peels. Look at that.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll give an update and see how the potato thing works with this, if we actually get a harvest and if they're decent size or not.
The leaves are very smooth.
Yeah.
They're kind of soft too.
Well, these are other potatoes, and
they're very soft.
I didn't mark these ones that are in these pots. So one's a turmeric, and I believe these two here are ginger, and then some little red potatoes.
This is super soft.
And then I got a couple pots that didn't sprout anything, so I put some strawberries in that one. And that other one, I think it was a potato, a small potato, but it didn't work.
We should show our tomatoes inside. They're very
Yeah, we need to bring out the tomatoes.
Yeah, they're very...
So I'm going to pause for a second, and we're going to bring out all of our plants that we've been starting indoors that we're acclimating for outside.
The tomatoes are literally going to reach the roof at this point.
So well, this is just I guess an April update. There's a lot of stuff I'm showing you, but the main thing I wanted to show you guys was about the ladybugs. So we'll see how that works. Hopefully they all stay. They already started chomping down on stuff. I just seen one. Look at that. And they're not scared of those onions either. So, and we want to have lettuce while we have the chance to have lettuce. So I just open it up a little bit. I got to be careful because I think I accidentally smushed one by like pushing the lid a little, because I get right in the little gap of there trying to get out. A lot of these guys are like, they're not even worried about coming out. They must have some kind of food in there. Oh, there's another ant. Not today, buddy.
What's this for, Mom?
That's just a little decoration. Oh. Alright, we're going to bring the plants out and then we'll show you all that stuff we got.